presentation and for taking us, giving us an highlights of the policy wins and the policy processes of EAGC in the various countries. We appreciate that. I believe now we all have a better understanding of policy. So as we move forward, we'd like also to introduce Jacinta Mwao, who is our Market Information and Communications Manager, and who is also supporting us in the work in Kenya, to give us a highlight on market information system, what we expect from the sector, what are some of the wins that we have had in the sector, in the various countries, and how people have engaged. And if any of us participants, stakeholders from any of the countries have also benefited from some of these services and would like to highlight, please let us know. You can, within the time, either raise up your hand or put your comment on the chat, and we'll come back to you. So Jacinta Mwao, welcome very much. I know you're somewhere in Mombasa in our field activities. We are doing some activity with the government of Kenya on the Kenya Cereal Enhancement Program, which Jacinta is supporting down at the coast. So Jacinta, I hope you can hear us all the way from Mombasa. Welcome. Yes, Jacinta, we can hear you. Jacinta, you can continue speaking as we put on your slides. Kindly mute your mic.
organizations, especially, for example, even in supporting formulation of things like pricing policies. And also, this has also helped, for example, for the private sector, which EAGC represents, the grain sector. They've been able to cut down the high risk that would lead to high marketing cost as a result of lack of information with regards to the prevailing prices, which of course leads to loss of money among the stakeholders. In extreme cases, of course, with climate to access the market information, and we disseminate it here on a daily basis at around 11 a.m. East Africa time. Of course, by then the data has already been collected from the various markets and from the various border points. And so it's analyzed and it's verified by the EAGC Secretariat. Of course, we work, EAGC Secretariat will collect the data from the various markets. And so once you land on this website, you will see at the corner button. And I mentioned that for me, I've already logged in as admin for purposes of demonstration. And so for EAGC members who have an active subscription, they receive market information as a value add for them. And of course, the companies that I mentioned that utilize this market information for further analysis, they also receive login details so that they can access the market information. So for both members of EAGC and for active partners who would like to receive this data, we subscribe them through the platform. So they sign in and then we create for them an account through which they can access the data on a daily basis. We also create APIs so that it is easier for our partners to get this data over and above the manual process. So I had just gone to one of the buttons, the market data, so market prices. And so, like I mentioned, we monitor over and above 30 grain staples in the Eastern Africa region. And so this is data as at yesterday, for instance, for maize in various markets in Burundi, Kenya, and Uganda. We have several buttons. If you'd like to see, say, for example, more data that has been published on the platform for that particular product. If you'd like to see, say, for example, a different product, say mixed beans, then you can access that particular data set. You can have it in USD per metric ton. There's a button up there, currency and packaging, where you can change accordingly depending on what you'd like to adjust to, whether it's in CDF or Kenya shillings or Malawi kwacha, depending on which part of the country or which kind of data you want to see. And besides the currency, you can also see the data in different weights, say per kg or in metric ton or a 90 kg bag, which is the case in the East Africa region, where mostly grains will be sold in about in 90 kg bags. So again, so if you'd like to see data for the different products I mentioned, you can see the long list here, and you can select depending on what product you're interested in. You can select maybe groundnuts, and you'll see the data set for the various countries where we had prevailing prices for the day. And so you can see groundnuts were mostly in the market in between 20th and 17th of November in the various markets, maybe in the Uganda, Kenya, and the likes. So we have data that goes all the way. Of course, we have the real-time data, which is as at today, and we have data also that goes all the way to as far back as as you can see from the screen in front of you. So we can provide data all the way up to 1996 complete data sets. If you're interested in investing in the East Africa market, say in the maize value chain or groundnut value chain, you can get this information so that you can get to work out your profit margins, or even to see how much that particular commodity may be able to trade in the next couple of years. So apart from that, of course, we also do several decisions as to how long should they store their grain, and is it the best timing to sell their produce. So that is it about ratin. More information can be available on the ratin market information, and EAGC Secretariat is available to support you with more information.
I'm Dr. Daniel Mwangi. I'm the manager bull health and in charge of taking care of the health of the bulls to make sure that the farmers get disease-free germplasm. So in Kagrik we have 6 breeds, the 4 dairy breeds and 1 dual purpose.
But basically, this is the platform through which we share with our stakeholders real-time climate information so that they can make decisions on the best timing to dry grains, or the best timing to plant, and what kind of crops, maybe drought resilient or crop or climate resilient crops, depending on how rainfall would be received in a certain location, in a certain region. So that's it that we'd like to share with you for now, but we are here for 2 days and we would like to interact more, and we'd like to ensure that we can continue disseminating the market information to our stakeholders, because this is what we do, and we are keen to support businesses to reduce transaction costs and to increase revenues for our stakeholders, and at the same time also to reduce post-harvest losses, whereby we can ensure that our stakeholders don't store their produce for so long while there is already a market that they can take advantage of. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Thank you very much, Jacinta, for that presentation. Indeed, we see that lack of information is equivalent to flying blind. So we are very thankful that we can get market information on a daily basis from all over the country. And I'm also glad, Jacinta, we have been able to expand RATIN to West African countries as well. And there's a request to expand it, all over Africa. So this is one of the services EAGC offers to its members, and we are very delighted that we can use it. And members, just know that you can receive this information, and if you have any other request, we can continue expanding RATIN as much as possible. Earlier last year, we engaged with stakeholders on climate change. And from that engagement, we did a feasibility study. And from that, we were able to even add a new feature, what Jacinta has discussed, a climate information network for grains. And that's how we are able to expand. So feel free to always engage with us, talk with us if you think we can expand, if you think we require more data. We are seeing that it's an opportunity that we can work together as EAGC. So feel free to always engage with us. So I would like to, at this time, invite our colleague Nelvin, who is going to take us through the GBI. GBI is a Grain Business Institute. It started off as the East African Grain Institute, but has since grown to become the trusted authority in grains across Africa and beyond. So we're very excited since we first launched, we used to call it East Africa Grain Council then, East Africa Grain Institute then, but because of the request of the participants and request to expand it, we expanded it to the Grain Business Institute because it's able to train in Southern Africa, in West Africa, around the continent, and we have had trainings across. So as Nelvin comes on, I would like to thank our sponsors for this event who have allowed this event to be successful, both our sponsors and exhibitors, but I'll first start with the sponsors first. We have the CDKN, the Climate Development Knowledge Network, all the way from South Africa, that is supporting climate-related information from all over Africa, which is also in line with the theme of this Agribusiness Expo. We are looking at how climate change and how climate information can be able to help us make decisions in our production, in our processing, in the way we do our businesses. And for a long time, the private sector was not fully engaged in climate change discourse. So we have had an opportunity with CDKN, our partner, who will be speaking to us later today or tomorrow on how we can expand the climate information network. So thank you very much, our partner, CDKN, for ensuring that farmers are receiving climate information from all over Eastern Africa. We initially did it in Kenya and Uganda, but there has been a request to expand it across the region. So we will be working to expand that work as we move forward. Our other partner, MEDA has been supporting us on standards and ensuring that our stakeholders, our farmers, are able to get information on standards and how they can mitigate or achieve good grain standards, and how we can also sort issues of aflatoxin and infestation. So we also thank MEDA for that continued support. We also thank our partners from Kenya, the KSEP program, again, which is able to mobilize the farmers into the G-Hubs. And through the G-Hubs right now, today we have farmers groups in various parts of the countries, in Uganda, in Kenya, in Rwanda, who will be receiving us live in this forum and are following us virtually through support from our various partners, and we want to thank you for that. So, Nelvin, I hope you're ready now. Please go ahead and talk to us about the Grain Business Institute. Welcome.
Thank you, Janet. You can confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, Nelvin, we can hear you. Nelvin, are you able to share a screen from your side?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Nelvin.
Yes, proceed. Okay. Yeah, so thank you, Janet. My name is Nelvin Bureau. I'm currently in charge of the Green Business Institute, which is the specialized training and capacity building division of EAGC. And we are registered under NITA registration number, NITA levy CDAT 4253. So, who we are, GBI, as Janet described, we were previously Eastern Africa Grain Institute.
I'm Dr. Daniel Mwangi. I'm the manager bull health and in charge of taking care of the health of the bulls to make sure that the farmers get disease-free germplasm. So in Kagreek we have 6 breeds, the 4 dairy breeds and 1 dual purpose and 1 beef. So we are going to go through all the breeds in a brief. The first 2 bulls you can see here, these are Holstein Friesian. The Holstein Friesian is known for high milk production and also the big frames. They are more susceptible to some diseases, especially the tick-borne. So the farmer needs to be keen on the maintenance. The other thing is that they produce a lot of milk, but they have lower butterfat content. So you have to compensate. The more the milk there, the lower the components. They are also very good. They have very good fertility levels. And for Kagreek, you have seen even daughters from these bulls producing up to 50 liters. Next to the Friesians, we have the Ashers. In this place, we have variation of 2 Ashers. We have the Finnish type and the Canadian type. The Finnish Ashers are usually dark tan. They are all brown with very few white coloration on the skin. The other one is the Canadian. The Finnish Ashers tend to produce better. They have more longevity compared to the others because they are more of the grazing type. But if you can see, there are 2 variations. This one is dark brown and a few white, and the other one has between dark brown and white compared. The typical Asher, that one has the typical Asher characteristics. This one is more farmers.
Nelvin, we have lost your audio. Yes.
stakeholders, we adjust appropriately, and we can come to
Nelvin, for that presentation. I think we have now a good insight on what GBI is offering. And so for now, we'd like to go to the next process where we'll start our virtual agribusiness for the various exhibitors, where we'll be hearing from each. But before we go there, I'll continue to recognize our sponsors. I'd like to recognize our sponsor from Turkey, Petkus Limited, who have also sponsored this event all the way from Turkey. They will be presenting to us later today, and we have videos to show what they are doing. They will support us in providing storage equipment to support post-harvest management and also to achieve standards across the region. So Petkus, thank you very much for your continued support to EAGC. We also recognize our other sponsor, Agratronics from the USA. For your support again in equipment that supports post-harvest and also testing equipment. We are very grateful for that, and also to allow us to do this first virtual ABF. We are quite grateful. We also would like to recognize Agra from Rwanda, our partner in Rwanda, who has continued supporting us to grow and support farmers in Rwanda. Right now, we have, like I said earlier, farmers across the region, farmers from Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Malawi, who are listening to us live through the various processes and through what we call the grain business hubs. We'll be talking about that as we move on. So for now, we would like to work with to see our exhibitors. So our first exhibitor will be, so the agribusiness starts from the farm. So our first exhibitor is from Kenya, the Animal Genetic Research Center. Dr. Rosalind Wambugu is here with us. She will introduce herself, the organization, and take us on a tour of what Animal Genetics Research Center is doing. Please turn on your mic, Dr. Wambugu, and you can take us through your video. Welcome, Daktari. Yeah, Dr. Wambugu, if you're on, please just unmute yourself and speak as we begin to share your video. Dr. Wambugu, are you on? Yeah, thank you, Daktari. Please, and your camera, thank you very much. We are glad to have you on board. Please, it's your time now.
To produce, distribute, and conserve high-quality animal germplasm, as well as provide related services through cutting-edge technology to contribute to the national livestock productivity. You realize that the same farmers who are growing the crops and the grains are the same ones who are keeping livestock. So it's like they are joined at the hip, the crop and the livestock. and you realize even the crop residues will eventually be feed to the animals. So this opportunity also provides an opportunity, gives us a chance to showcase what Kagrik has. Kagrik also has provides products such as semen, bull semen, liquid nitrogen, and artificial insemination equipment. We also offer services like on-farm semen collection and storage, testing of liquid nitrogen containers, and providing extension services to farmers and AI service providers. We are also collaborating with counties in devising AI programs to strengthen their AI programs at grassroots level. Kagrik very soon will be having the Dairy Goat AI Center in place to provide the productivity of semen. So at the moment,
So in Kagrik, we have 6 breeds. The four I'm Dr. Daniel Mongi. I'm the manager bull health and in charge of taking care of the health of the bulls to make sure that the farmers get disease-free germplasm. So in Kagrik, we have 6 breeds, the 4 dairy breeds and 1 dual purpose and 1 beef. So we are going to go through all the breeds in a brief. The first 2 bulls you can see here, these are Holstein Friesian. The Holstein Friesian is known for high milk production, and also they are more susceptible to some diseases, especially the tick-borne. So the farmer needs to be keen on the maintenance. The other thing is that
recording.
so you have to compensate. The more the milk there, the lower the components. They are also very good. They have very good fertility levels. And for Kagrik, you have seen even daughters from.
Okay, we are sorting out the audio.
So we are going to go through all the breeds in a brief. The first 2 bulls you can see here, these are Holstein Friesian. The Holstein Friesian is known for high milk production and also the big frames. They are more susceptible to some diseases, especially the tick-borne. So the farmer needs to be keen on the maintenance. The other thing is that they produce a lot of milk, but they have lower butter fat content. So you have to compensate. The more the milk there, the lower the components. They are also very good. They have very good fertility levels. And for Kagrik, you've seen even daughters from these bulls producing up to 15. Next to the Friesians, we have the Ashers. In this place, we have variation of 2 Ashers. We have the Finnish type and the Canadian type. The Finnish Ashers are usually dark tan. They are all brown with very few white, with a very few white coloration of the skin. The other one is the Canadian. The Finnish Ashers tend to produce better. They have more longevity compared to the others because they are more of the grazing type. But if you can see, there are 2 variations. This one is dark brown and a few white, and the other one has between dark brown and white compared to the typical Asher. That one has the typical Asher characteristics. This one is more farmers might confuse and may not know. These ones have a better fat content compared to the
Thank you very much, Kagrik, for that. Thank you, Dr. Wambugo and your team. We also would like to thank our team who are on the field, who are reaching us live from the field. Yeah, so thank you very much once again for that live production from the field. Would like to also recognize our crew that is on the ground who are bringing us the exhibition live from the various locations. We thank you for that. Dr. Wambugu, thank you and your team. Maybe you can take a few minutes to respond to some question. There is a question for you about exporting cement to Malawi. Kindly, Dr. Wambugu, maybe you can respond as you wind up your presentation. Dr. Wambugu, there is a question for you. It says, do you export the cement to Malawi as well? I need to find out more. Maybe you can give the participants your email contact as well so that they can reach you further.
We export to whichever country that has requested for whatever animal sample they would want to buy from us. I will post our contact details on the chat feature so that you can easily reach us and we can engage even further on how best we can export to you wherever you are in the continent and beyond. We've even received orders from the Asian continent, Sri Lanka and Asia, and India, sorry for that matter. So it all depends on the country requirements. Once we share those details, we'll be able to align to your requirements and the dispatch. So in a short while, I'll be able to share those details. Thank you, Janet. Back to you.
Okay, anyone else with a question for the Animal Genetic Research Center from Kenya? If we don't have any other question, Dr. Wambugu, maybe you can wind up as we finish your session.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Janet, for that. Mine is to request you to continue engaging with us. In the meantime, you can follow the EAGC website to be able to get referrals about Kagri. But like I said, if you need any information regarding livestock improvement, Kagri is the one-stop shop for all that, or AI solutions.
All right.
Thank you once again for this opportunity.
All right, thank you very much. We are very thankful. Please follow us on YouTube with the link that we shared. Share it widely with your colleagues and friends to join us live from Facebook, from YouTube. And please also share on Twitter the proceedings, how we are going on. We encourage all of you to participate because with the virtual exhibition, we will want to reach as many people as possible. So keep tweeting. We'll share you the hashtag shortly as we continue. But you can tag us on the EAGC Twitter handle as well. So we would like, therefore, at this time to introduce our second exhibitor, Charles Kibiru of Iconic Agricultural Machinery, who will introduce himself and his company before taking us on a tour of their farm and their facility. Welcome, Mr. Charles. If you're on, please take the floor, and we will go live from your location after this. Welcome, Charles.
Thank you very much, Madam Janet, for this opportunity. I'm very much pleased to be part of this online platform symposium. My name is Charles Kibiru, as Janet has mentioned. I am the Managing Director, Iconic sure so many of you will want to know what we do. And iconic, we sell machineries that are labor-saving technologies for small-scale. Our target has remained small-scale farmers since we feel this is the region that has not been tapped by the big companies who are in existence for long. And we sought to assist small-scale farmers in this field. That is the field of mechanization. Our company was started back in 2014. We are 6 years old, and we are doing more than a 6-year-old doing. I'm sure you have a lot to share about us. You get to see most of our products as we continue to interact.
Okay, thank you very much, Charles. We appreciate your support as one of the exhibitors in this agribusiness expo. So let's see the virtual exhibition.
My name is Tabitha Mudeu Kavita from Iconic Agricultural Machinery. Iconic Agricultural Machinery deals with small-scale farmers. It supplies small-scale machines to small-scale farmers. For example, with me is a hand tractor. The hand tractor comes with a plow, a furrow opener, and a pair of rotavators. A hand tractor is used mostly in land preparation to plow, till, harrow, and make furrows in your shamba. Now, the hand tractor 8 horsepower diesel engine, for example, does an acre within 2 to 3 hours. You can do about 3 acres in a day. The rate of consumption per acre is My name is Tabitha Mudeu Kavita from Iconic Agricultural Machinery. Iconic Agricultural Machinery deals with small-scale farmers. It supplies small-scale machines to small-scale farmers. For example, with me is a hand tractor. The hand tractor comes with a plow, a furrow opener, and a pair of rotavators. A hand tractor is used mostly in land preparation to plow, till, harrow, and make furrows in your shamba. Now, the hand tractor 8 horsepower diesel engine, for example, does an acre within 2 to 3 hours. You can do about 3 acres in a day. The rate of consumption per acre is 4 liters. Depending on the type of crop you have in your shamba, if, for example, it is trees, you can use it. My name is Tabitha Mudeu Kavita from Iconic Agricultural Machinery. Iconic Agricultural Machinery deals with small-scale farmers. It supplies small-scale machines to small-scale farmers. For example, with me is a hand tractor. The hand tractor comes with a plow, a furrow opener, and a pair of rotavators. A hand tractor is used mostly in land preparation to plow, till, harrow, and make furrows in your shamba. Now, the hand tractor 8 horsepower diesel engine, for example, does an acre within 2 to 3 hours. You can do about 3 acres in a day. The rate of consumption per acre is 4 liters. Depending on the type of crop you have in your shamba, if for example it is trees, you can use it for weeding. You can also use the same tractor, you can attach a trailer on the same tractor and carry your produce with it. One person can do 2 to 3 acres in a day comfortably. The machine can work continuously for 8 hours. The machine is very fast compared to a djembe or compared to someone that is using bulls in their shamba. Also, it is very efficient. Your land is left when it is well mixed. The soil is well mixed and well aerated. It also helps in saving labor costs. With this machine, you might have to, you'll need about 5 people to do it using a djembe. But with this machine, only one person is able to use it and do it quite well. Our company has been in the market for the last 6 years. We are heading to our 7th year and it's been great. Our farmers are the happiest and we are very, very happy when we see farmers succeed. From the different types, they range from 100,000 to 200,000. We also have financiers for farmers who would need assistance in purchasing the machine. We also have an option where farmers can deposit and do slow payments, and once they are done, they collect the machine. This machine can also be used by women. It's not limited to men only. Even a woman can comfortably handle the machine.
My name is Shannon Wanyeki. Today I'll be speaking more about the backpack mechanized weeding machine because it's a must-have tool for every small-scale farmer. Yes, the benefit of this machine is it eases the eradication of weeds in your farm and lawns. And basically one of the advantages is it is a very comfortable machine that you wear on your back. It is padded. It has a flexible shaft that helps you maneuver with the machine, as well as an adjustable handle. To make it even better, with this machine you can do 3 acres a day. Yes, in comparison to using the slashers, the djembes, which can take up to 8 hours a day to just do an acre. So one of the benefits with our mechanized weeding machine is you can have other implements to suit your needs. For example, the saw blade that you can use when you want to cut through shrubs. You can also have a 3T blade when you want to cut long grass and bomber rods. You can also have a nylon trimmer when you want to cut your compound grass, and the hedge trimmer for trimming your fences as well as the hedges. Lastly, we have a chainsaw when you want to trim your tree branches.
I'm Faith Oidera. Today I'll be touching on the power sprayer. For the power sprayer, it's a sprayer that emits liquid through a handheld nozzle which is attached to a pressurized reservoir carried on the operator's back. As you can see, on it carries 25 liters capacity of chemical and is calibrated to ensure efficiency. Number 2, it's a 4-stroke engine machine. By 4-stroke, we mean the petrol and the oil compartments are separate. That helps in the durability of the machine. And the capacity of oil that's supposed to be placed in the machine is 0.6 liters capacity. It contains 2 guns. The first one is the mist that has 3 nozzles that's able to reach hand-length crops such as managu and potatoes. And the other one is the jet that's able to reach the higher length crops such as mango tree or coffee. For the rate of consumption, 0.6 liters, it's able to spray 150 liters capacity of chemical. For a motorized sprayer, it's easier to spray avocado trees, orange trees and mango trees, and it's not cumbersome compared to the manual one whereby you consume plenty of energy and it makes you tired. The other advantage with our motorized machine is the fact that it is padded, so there is no vibration in contact with the farmer, and also the fact that it's a 4-stroke engine. For 4-stroke engine, there is minimal vibration when operating it.
My name is Joyce Wanjipo Maina. Today I'll be talking about a few items that we have in our shops. The first item I'll be talking about is a feed chopper. We call it a combined feed chopper because you can use it to prepare feeds for the kettle. You can also use it to prepare feeds for the chicken and also for the chicks. It comes with 3 sieves that determine how the output will be. It comes with 3 sieves with different sizes. The output is 600 kgs per hour. We also have a portion mill. You can use the machine to mill maize. The output of the machine is 350 kgs per hour. You can use for personal use and also use it for business. The next machine is a cassava chipper. This machine is used to chip cassava. When you chip the cassava, it increases the value of the cassava compared to you selling the cassava as it is from the shamba. The next product that we have is an earth auger. The machine is used to make holes for fencing and planting trees. The machine comes with different drill bits of 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters, and 30 centimeters. It also comes with an extension if you want to make deeper holes.
We are Iconic Agriculture Machinery. My name is Charles Kibiru. We deal specifically with machineries that are meant to make work easier for men. We deal with machineries that reduce drudgery among women. We deal with machineries that help the young men, the youth, to go back to farming. That is the core business of Iconic. It is to supplement what we have been doing. At times, you get farmers do not even know about how they can incorporate technology in agriculture, more so small-scale farmers. When you look at the scope of farmers we have, the large-scale farmers have the money, have the capacity on where they can buy those big tractors and everything. But when you come to small-scale farmers, they are kind of stuck. We start our process with training them, introducing our machines, like basically get to understand what this machine is, then see how it can work for you. We have also had a number of farmers who buy this machine and go do business with them. It is also a good idea to look at it on all angles, even to our farmers. Should you want to learn more about our machineries, basically we are inviting you. Come to our showrooms. We have a showroom along Eastern Bypass, opposite Administration Police Training College. We have another showroom along Park Road, opposite Muslim Academy. We are also launching 2 more showrooms before the end of the year, one in Voi, another one in Malindi. Be sure to check out on that. You can follow us on our Facebook page, Iconic Agricultural Machineries, Instagram and Twitter with the same handle, Iconic Agricultural Machineries. Give us a call if you are able to. Our contacts are 0707 414141 or 0710 414141. Call us anytime.
Very much, Mr. Kibiru. I think I'm very also interested in your machinery. I've shared the same with my parents who are farmers, and they are glad to link up with you later to support them in agricultural machinery. I also would request other colleagues, other participants, if you can share the recording with other your farmers, your relatives, your friends, so that they can benefit from the virtual expo. We would like to invite you once again. So thank you very much, Mr. Kibiru, for that insights on Iconic Machinery. Like I've also shared the same with my parents who are farmers and are very interested in the climate smart machinery that we can support our farmers on. So I kindly request other colleagues, other friends to share the link so that they can benefit from this virtual expo and can understand and see what options they have in farm machinery. So I would like at this moment to ask if any of you have questions for Mr. Kibiru. Please add them to the chat, or you can ask live. You can just unmute your mic or lift up your hand and we'll be able to get in touch with you. So as we move on to our next exhibitor, I think if there are no other questions, we would like to move on to our other exhibitors, who is Dr. Mohammed Baraka of Synergy Lubricant Solutions. Mr. Mohammed, if you can hear us, kindly introduce your organization and yourself, and we will request all the other exhibitors to be online. A representative will be asked to join in and introduce the company, and then we can go either live to the field where their company is based, or those who we already did recording earlier on will be able to do the video. So welcome, Mr. Baraka Mohammed.
You hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we can.
He has muted himself.
Mr. Mohammed, please unmute.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's better.
That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we have been in business for about 10 years and we specialize in providing lubrication solutions to various sectors of the economy, as we believe in lubrication, cheap is expensive, so we try to promote the use of quality lubricants. I think we have been very active in providing solutions to grain growers in terms of tractor lubrication. We have a video we go through talking about various lubricants required for tractors, and that is one area that is not properly given attention, and we lose a lot of money in terms of equipment downtime, equipment maintenance, and of course environmental damage by
No, please continue. Sorry. I think somebody... Continue, Mr.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can go ahead and do the video because I don't want to repeat myself.
All right, Mr. Mohammed, we'll go ahead and do the video. Kindly, participants, if you're not speaking, kindly mute yourself so that we don't interrupt the speakers. So let's now go straight to
My name is Mohammed Baraka. I'm the Managing Director of Synergy Lubricant Solutions. It's a company that we formed about 10 years ago, and we manufacture lubricants locally. We import some which cannot be manufactured, and we have a distribution network throughout the country. We supply various industries in agriculture, the sugar mills, we supply the timber mills, we supply the transporters, we supply the steel mills, we supply road contractors, and so on. We have perhaps the biggest range of lubricants in the whole oil industry. So our lubricants are of different types, and we talk specifically about agricultural lubricants, super tractor oil, and tractor hydraulic and transmission fluids used in a tractor. My experience is that many people in this country use either engine oil or automotive gear oil in the transmission of a tractor. Both of those products are not good for the transmission of a tractor. One, the transmission of a tractor, the oil is used for transmission and also is used for the hydraulic system. The problem with the gear oil is that it's too heavy. So when it is churned, it forms foam, and that foam traps water from the atmosphere, which at night condenses and accumulates in the oil. Over a period of time, it causes the bearings and the gears to rust. So it is not good to use a gear oil. The other problem with the gear oil is that it is too heavy for the hydraulic system, especially in the morning when you are starting and the oil is thick. And the third thing is that it does not have what you call anti-squawk properties, because when you apply a brake, you'll hear noise. That noise is called squawking. And that means you are not using the right oil with anti-squawk in it. The problem with the engine oil, too, is that it is an engine oil. It does not have what you call extreme pressure. So when it is used, the gears tear out because there is no oil film separating the teeth when they mesh. So when the oil film breaks, there is so much heat formed, it welds, and when it disengages, it rips off, and you'll see a lot of particles coming out of the oil, metal particles, just because you have used engine oil instead of the proper tractor hydraulic and transmission fluid. On a tractor, you want to lubricate the engine and you want to lubricate the transmission. We recommend you use a high quality engine oil. The higher quality, the better, because a high quality oil will give you longer drain interval. So you are not messing around with it, you are not contaminating the environment frequently. And two, a higher quality oil makes your engine last even longer. So we have two types of engine oil. We have Delta Syn as a synthetic oil. This can give you up to 600 engine hours. And then we have a mineral one, which can give you up to 400 engine hours, which is an API CI4 oil. These are the oils that you should be using, and both of them are multigrade, which means that in the morning, when the engine is cold, the oil is light enough for you to start the engine quickly. But as the engine heats up, the oil does not lose its viscosity or thickness. It will maintains it as if it's an SA40. In the tractor transmission, we have Delta tractor hydraulic and transmission fluid, which has got extreme pressure properties in it, so it will protect your gears. It is light enough, so it will protect your pump of the hydraulic system. It's got an anti-squawk in it, so the brakes won't make noise. And it's recommended that after 6 months you change the oil. If you have few tractors and you don't want to have a multiplication of oils, we recommend Delta Super Tractor oil. Delta Super Tractor oil can be used in an engine. It's a good quality engine oil. It can give you up to 300 engine hours. It is good for the transmission because it has extreme pressure properties in it. It is good for the brakes because it has anti-squawk in it, and is light enough for the hydraulic system, so you don't ruin your hydraulic pump. People are using water in the radiator. And water is very expensive because it makes the radiator to rust. It makes the engine to overheat. That rust can accumulate in the cylinder head and cause the cylinder head to crack, and water gets into the oil, in the engine oil, and the bearings will knock. We have a coolant, this type of coolant. They are in two different colors, but they have the same technology. This coolant can last up to between 3 and 5 years in the radiator, and it costs about 800 shillings in the retail shops. So using a good coolant like this, you save a lot of money because the radiator is supposed to last the life of the tractor. You should not replace a radiator until 20 years. The other thing is that when you use the engine coolant, the engine does not overheat, so you can continuously plow even for 24 hours without having to stop to let the engine cool, because the engine is cooling as it was designed. Not all the coolants on the market are good quality coolants. And one way that you can tell a good coolant or a bad coolant is you take nails, put them in a tube, and cover them with the engine coolant. Now, you can examine these nails every 3 days. If the coolant is good, the nails will remain as neat as you put them in. They don't change color, they don't rust. And that's the key principle property of a coolant. But we have found that a lot of coolants in the market, these were originally green coolants, but you can see they have lost color, The nails have rusted and have become just like mud. Yeah, the other problem that the farmers have is they use low quality grease, which normally melts on the plow and causes the plow bearings to seize. But if you use a good quality lithium complex grease like the Delta lithium complex, this grease does not melt easily. It will last for a very long time, and it has a very high water resistance. So even during the rainy season, the grease is not washed out and it can protect the bearings. When grain is harvested, it is processed with the machines, and those machines need lubrication. But when you use that lubricant, there is a chance some of it will leak into the food. So the lubricant you use should be such that even if it leaked into the food, it's not harmful. So we have special greases which we import from Spain. We have food grade grease which you can use on bearings of food processing machinery. We also have gear oils, 320 and 220, which you use on bearings, on the gears that are in the food industry. We also have hydraulic oils, which are used on tea picking machines, but it can also be used wherever you have a hydraulic system that there is a chance that the hydraulic oil could leak into the food. These are safe. They meet the NSF US standard. If you want to know about us more, we welcome you to visit our website www.slusolubes.com, or we invite you to come and visit us here on Tekitalerupe Road, Imara Daima, go down number 3.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Baraka, for those insights on the lubricants. Would like to know if you have any questions from our team for Mr. Baraka. He will share his email address and his contacts so that we can get back to him. We also want to inform you that these lubricants can support us, especially on our climate smart technology for the farmers who are able to use conservation agriculture and minimum tillage equipment. You can be able to access the affordable lubricants from our partners. Synergy Lubricant Solutions, and engage with us as we continue. So we also thank and invite our 4th presenter, who is Syngenta Eastern Africa, manufacturers and distributors, to tell us more. So the representative. Yeah, so for our team from Syngenta, they have requested that we first do the video and then they may come back with our input. So welcome everyone. Let's listen to Syngenta East Africa.
My name is Janaina Mbogo. I work at Syngenta as a senior field scientist. I offer technical services to cereal growers in Kenya, that is growers who specialize in wheat, barley, sugarcane, canola. Syngenta is an agrochemical company. We specialize in offering growers top-notch crop protection products with an aim of increased production for the grower. We are a research and development company, and therefore we offer the growers top-notch crop protection products that are tried and tested in most parts of the world. Our motto is bringing plant potential to life, and therefore any grower who chooses Syngenta, they choose potential and are able to increase their yields We also have the seed department that offers high quality vegetable seeds for our growers who specialize in horticulture. Some of the products we offer in Syngenta include herbicides for cereals and vegetables. We also offer insecticides that control pests in the field. Maize is a very important staple crop in Kenya, and therefore as Syngenta we offer top-notch products to ensure that the farmer achieves maximum production. Weed management is very critical in maize production. In Syngenta we have 2 products that we offer for weed management in maize. That is Lumax and Primagram. Primagram is a pre-emergent herbicide, meaning it is applied before the weeds and the maize emerge. Immediately after planting, before the weeds and the maize emerge, you apply Primagram at a rate of 3 liters per hectare. Primagram ensures that no weed seed is going to germinate and your maize is going to germinate without any interruption from weeds whatsoever for up to 4 to 5 months after application. The other product we offer for weed control in maize is Lumax. Lumax is applied at pre-emergence or at early posts. That means you can apply Lumax immediately after planting before the weeds and the maize emerge, or you can apply it after the maize has emerged but at early post of the weeds, meaning the weeds should be at least 2 to 3 leaves. When Lumax is applied as pre-emergent, it acts like Primagram, ensuring that no weed seed is going to germinate. When applied as an early post, it takes care of the weeds that had already emerged and also ensures that no other weeds are going to germinate in the farm. Fall armyworm is one of the most destructive pests we have experienced in maize farming. If not controlled early, it could lead up to 90% crop loss. In Syngenta, we have 3 products that we offer to control fall armyworm. We have Match, we have Ampligo, and we have Volume-Tago. Match is very good for controlling eggs in the farm. Therefore, when Match is sprayed, it controls the eggs, ensuring that they do not hatch and go to the next stage, which is the most destructive. We also have Ampligo and Volume-Tago. These 2 products control the larvae, and we all know that the larvae is the most destructive stage of the fall armyworm. Therefore, when controlled early, it ensures that the crop stays clean and the farmer is able to get more yields. For the wheat and barley growers, we know seed is a high investment, and therefore before planting, we recommend seed treatment. We have seed dressers. These are Celestop, Dividend, and Cruiser. As Syngenta, we offer on-farm seed cleaning and treatment. So you just need to get in contact with us and we are going to offer you those services. For weed control, we offer 2 types of products. We have the burn down and we also have the selective herbicides. We have touchdown, which can be used for land preparation. It's used as a burn down and it is non-selective. So you as a grower, when you plan to plant, you can apply the touchdown to clear the ground before the plowing. For the selective herbicides, we have Topic, which is applied at 1 liter per hectare. We have Traxos, also applied at 1 liter per hectare. And also we have Axio for the barley growers. The 3 products are post-emergent herbicides, and therefore are applied when the barley and the wheat has already emerged. They are safe to your barley and wheat, and you are assured of a clean crop during the entire growth. If your farm has watergrass, we have Savian, which can be tank mixed with the above products to offer you a one-pass control. For pest control in wheat and barley, we have Engeo, which is applied at a rate of 150 ml per hectare. Engeo will control aphids, cutworms and bollworms on your crop. Disease management should be done as a preventative rather than a curative. In Syngenta, we have 3 products that we offer for disease management in cereals. That is Amistar Extra, Atea, and Cherokee. At tillering, we recommend an application of Amistar Extra, which has azoxystrobin, Azoxystrobin has a greening effect, ensuring that the crop stays greener for longer. A green crop, we all know, has more chlorophyll and therefore is able to manufacture more food, and through this you're able to get more yields. Amista Extra also has cyproconazole as an active ingredient. Cyproconazole is a fast-moving active ingredient, ensuring that it reaches the active growing points of the crop, and if there's disease it is able to control at the right time. The second spray is recommended to be sprayed at T2, which is at the flag leaf stage. Flag leaf is a very important leaf in the cereal because this is where the food is manufactured, and research has shown that it contributes to up to 75% of yield. Therefore, it needs to be green and disease-free. For earwash, we recommend an application of Cherokee. Cherokee has three active ingredients, that is chlorothalonil, propiconazole and cyproconazole. When this is applied at the right time, it ensures that your ear is clean, and which leads to a bumper harvest. Cherokee is applied at a rate of 1.2 liters per hectare. Atea has two active ingredients, that is propiconazole and cyproconazole. These two are very good for the control and prevention of stem rusts, yellow rusts, septoria, tan spot. Visit us at www.syngenta.co.ke.
Okay, thank you very much, Syngenta East Africa, for that video on the various equipments and inputs that we can support our farmers, especially on the climate smart, which is our theme today. So farmers across Africa, East Africa, can be able to reach out to Syngenta to access the inputs. Anyone with a question for Syngenta, kindly let us know, and will get their contacts from us. So as we move across, we would like to do a commercial break, a 10 minutes commercial break. We'll be back here by 1:05 East Africa time, and which will be 12 o'clock for Southern Africa time, and also for Turkey time, who are joining us from various parts of the world. So 10 minutes break, commercial break. We'll be back shortly. Thank you very much. 10 minutes break. Okay, welcome. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, welcome back from the commercial break. We would like to continue with the virtual exhibition. Thank you very much for all our participants who are here with us, joining us live through Teams, others who are joining us live from YouTube, and others from Facebook, and those who are continuing to tweet to follow us through the virtual ABF, and also the farmers who are watching us in the various farmer groups across the region. Welcome back. So we also recognize that farmers across East Africa have severely raised concern of the quality of farm inputs, especially pesticides, seeds, and fertilizer. We have been getting substandard and fake inputs, and not just to hurt the farmer's pocket, but they also undermine our regional and national processes. So here to take us through some of the solutions that we can get on farm inputs, solutions that we can use as climate smart technology, and inputs that can help the farmer get back income into their pocket. We have our fifth exhibitor, Mr. Benedict Makali of the Pest Control Products Board. Mr. Makali, please join us, turn on your mic and your camera, and take us through some of the farm inputs and services that you have for farmers across the region. Welcome, Mr. Makali. Mr. Makali, can you hear us? Okay, thank you. Yes, welcome.
As you mentioned earlier, it's a unique situation that we are currently adapting to, but it's a totally perfectly participative. Mine is a mention about our institution, Pest Control Products Board, a statutory organization of the Kenya government, established in the year 1982, with a mandate to regulate the importation, exportation, manufacture, distribution, and safe disposal of pest control products. Among the mandates that we undertake is assessing the safety, efficacy, economic value of pest control products before they are registered. And after their registration, we are
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Makali, and we appreciate what you as a government of Kenya is doing to support farmers access credible inputs to support in their farming. So, welcome everyone. Let's hear from the Pesticide and Produce Board.
name is Dr. Esther Kimani. I'm the Chief Executive of the Pest Control Products Board. This is a government regulatory agency that regulates on behalf of the government on matters of pest control products. The goal is to ensure that only safe products that are safe for human, animal, and environment are introduced into the country for management of pests. The mission of the organization, the Pest Control Products Board, is to ensure effective and efficient regulatory services. We regulate those people who manufacture, who sell, who transport, those who are distributing, and even advertising and disposal of the expired chemicals or other pest control products to ensure that they do not contaminate the environment or endanger human and plant life and also animal lives. Our role in the grain industry is to ensure that only products that are safe for use are introduced. As we all know, grains are affected by many pests during production and also during storage. For example, in production, we have got the fall armyworm. We also have other diseases like maize beetle necrosis that can wipe out the whole production of grain, especially maize. In legumes, we also have bollers, and other diseases that affect the legumes during production. So the role of PCPB is to ensure that only safe products are introduced for management of these pests. For those who are businesses of pest control products, they must be registered by Pest Control Products Board, and you can get more information from our offices or in our website. We also create a lot of awareness among the farmers who are using these pesticides so that they use them safely and also store them in a safe manner so that they don't endanger their lives. So we encourage all business people who are doing businesses in pest control products to ensure that they follow the regulations and also register with the Pest Control Products Board. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, PCPB, for that introduction and your presentation on what you're doing to support the farmers. Anyone with a question for the Pest Control and Products Board? If no one, so thank you very much, Mr. Makali and the team for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now move to on-farm operations in the grain sector. One of the biggest challenges that we've been facing as a sector is post-harvest loss and food waste. And one of the FAO estimates that almost a quarter of all food produced globally is lost or wasted after harvest. In the grain sector alone, we are losing about 15 to 40% of grain every year because of post-harvest losses. We've been engaging with our partners from CDKN to see how we can provide climate information on post-harvest losses. We've also been working with MEDA to create awareness on climate smart technologies that can help us on post-harvest losses. So thankfully, we have one of our 6th exhibitor, Elite Innovations, who provide post-harvest storage solutions for smallholder farmers. And here to speak on behalf of the company on and what they offer is Monica. Monica, please turn on your microphone and camera and take us through a short introduction of Elite, your company. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Monica, and I'm speaking on behalf. Our company was founded in the year 2013, and we've been able to sell a lot of bags, the hermetic bags to smallholder farmers, and we offer solutions to the post-harvest. We offer post-harvest solutions to help farmers to avoid losses for their produce from the farm. So we also recently introduced another product line to our product catalog, and we have silage bags for dairy farmers, for them to make silage to improve milk production. So that is the product that we introduced, let's say, for the last 2 months, and been able to sell to various counties, and we're getting some good response from the farmers that have used the silage bags. Yeah, we also did a video, and I think it will be shared in a few for everyone to watch. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica and Elite, for the support you're giving to farmers. Now we can listen to the video. Thank you.
You can see me. My name is Peter Gitao. I'm the general manager for Elite Innovations. Elite Innovations is an agribusiness company that mostly deals with trying to eradicate post-harvest losses. Our bags are useful up to between 3 to 5 seasons. We say that because depending on where any farmer is doing his farming, we have different types of seasons. The bag has been proven to work. It's a bag that has been tested by Calro that does the testing, the efficacy test. It's a very aggressive test. Our bags preserve the moisture, but after drying, they preserve whatever moisture was left in that maize. Therefore, you get to avoid so many things. Aflatoxin, you can't get any aflatoxin. With our bags, you get to save a lot. In the end, if you're considering using our bag and you want to use it for up to 5 years, you end up saving the amount of money you would have used for pesticide dust. Basically, hermetic means no air. It's a technology that was developed by Purdue University in West Africa. And initially, the technology was developed for cowpeas. And later on, after so many tests, we got to realize that this technology can be applied for other cereals, including maize, including beans, so long as it's dried well enough. Our bags ensure that no air, like the OTR, the oxygen transmission rate, is very low. In cases where, say, your maize was infested with weevils maybe in the shamba, it takes at least 3 days to kill them, and anything that was inside there dies because they lack oxygen. This is an Elite bag. We normally call it a 3-layer bag. Reason because it comes with an outer bag, a WPP bag. This is the normal gunia, like people use for storage. That is when they're using pesticide. And then it comes with 2 inner liners, one and a second one. And this is how they look. We also provide 3 pieces of twine, mostly because if you're planning to store your cereals for a long time, we don't want you to puncture these liners. The twine are meant to be used to tie this. Essentially, how you use these bags is that you store your maize in the very first liner inside. You tie it using one of the twine. Then after that, you always have to make sure like you expel all the oxygen inside, all the air inside. You just expel from the bag up to where the level of the maize is, or the level of the cereal is. So you just make sure you expel everything. It's normally very easy. It's like a very easy process. It's just about tying that, and use the twine to tie. The same thing happens to the second liner. You do the same thing. Expel all the oxygen, all the air, then tie. What happens, what's special with our bag, as I'd mentioned, is that the oxygen transmission rate is very low. So once you expel all the air inside, the weevils or the insects cannot get any air from anywhere else. Nothing will come from outside to the inside. So if they are inside, they are going to die, definitely, within 2 or 3 days maximum. The second thing is, like as I had mentioned, that in some areas like the eastern region, we have very aggressive types of weevils, the low grain borer, and they are able to puncture through so many things. If you were to try and test one of these liners for a puncture test, you can even use a pen, but you'll find that they stretch out. Our liners will stretch out. They don't puncture as easily. It stretches out for a very long time before eventually being punctured. And even if you try to pull it, it doesn't tear easily, because essentially we're trying to make sure that even weevils from outside or insects from outside cannot get in easily. They cannot puncture the liner. Your cereal is safe for the longest time possible. And we always make sure also that these liners are sealed tightly at the bottom. The seals here are normally airtight, so nothing can come in also from beneath, and it cannot tear as easily. It doesn't. The seal, this only tears out, but still, you see, it's still intact. It doesn't open. The seal doesn't open up. Our bags have been tested by Calro, which is a government institution, and even after that, they normally have to go through tests by the Kenya Bureau of Standards. And you'll notice that all our liners come with actually a KEBS logo, meaning that they've actually been tested and approved. This makes sure, it ensures that you eat food that's clean and free from pesticide. Our liners or our bags are used for longer periods of time. These are bags that you can use for between 3 to 5 years. And that's the same reason why these are bags that are approved for production by NEMA, because they are as much as they are plastics that can be used time and time again. Elite also produces and distributes silage bags. As you can see, they are normally very huge. It's the dimensions are 1 meter by 2.5 meters long. The uses of a silage bag are mostly to store fodder for your dairy cattle. This normally ensures it simply works almost the same way as the hermetic bags. Even this is airtight. It reduces the water vapor from outside and also reduces the oxygen transmission rate. What it does is it carries out the fermentation process by making sure that all the nutrients from the fodder remain inside. This is unlike maybe traditional storage methods. If you were to leave hay or leave fodder outside. The aeration and the drying ensures that you lose the nutrients from this. So using the silage bags, within 2 or 3 days, you make sure that you maintain all the nutrients inside. So the silage bag comes with 2 colors. The inside is normally black and the outside white. The black color inside, it just ensures that the heat inside remains inside. And the white color outside ensures that the fodder does not absorb heat from outside. This is because that you want to keep only heat inside so that the fermentation can happen in a slow manner. Contact us on our website on www.eliteinnovations.co.ke or visit our warehouse off Wayakiwe on Mohori Road. And to get our bags, to get all our solutions for your poison-free grain storage, visit any agrovet near you, any dairy cooperative, and ask for an Elite bag.
Okay, thank you very much, Elite Innovations, for taking us through your solution on post-harvest storage bags and other services that you're offering on Climate Smart. So to take us through, if you have any questions actually for them, kindly put them in the chats. They've provided us with their contacts and websites where we can get more information. So we have been working with our partner, the CDKN, to support in climate information for grains that can support farmers to reduce post-harvest losses across the continent. But we have been working on a pilot project for Kenya and Uganda. We've been able to achieve a lot, including a policy paper on hematic bags, which we have presented to the policy makers. We have also done a value chain analysis of post-harvest across each of the value chain. We have also developed climate information for grain, which we launched last month. And we'll also be presenting tomorrow the full portal on climate information. And we've also done a database of service providers on climate information, some of who are exhibiting today, including Elite Innovations. So with that background, I would like to invite our partner then, CDKN, all the way from South Africa, who has been supporting us. Welcome, Guy, and maybe other colleagues who we can continue to engage. Guy, if you are available, please go ahead.
Hello, Janet. Good afternoon from Cape Town. My name is Guy, and I'm a project manager for the CDKN group. So thanks. First off, thanks East African Grain Council for inviting us today. It's been great to hear the innovative technologies being presented. They really show the potential for effective adaptation by farmers. So, as Janet has said, CDKN has partnered with EAGC to deliver a project that is working to deliver a climate-resilient community of grain stakeholders that use climate information to increase grain production, reduce post-harvest losses, and improve market access for improved food security and improved livelihoods. CDKN has been working since 2010 to support projects like this one that close the gap between the producers of climate information and the people who need this information, in this case, the farmers. And we are working with similar projects based in both Ghana and in India. We know that providing information in a user-friendly format greatly increases the likelihood of this information being used. An earlier output of this project was an infographic, which depicts the value chain for the grain sector. I've posted
Oh,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. You might want to go back a couple of sentences. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I posted the infographic in the chat. So yeah, this infographic helps show the connections between different stakeholders on the value chain, but also the risks and opportunities that climate change presents to each of these actors. So weather and climate services are increasingly taking a more user-centered approach to ensure that they're addressing the needs of farmers. In this project, a thorough needs assessment was conducted to understand the needs and preferences of the grain value chain actors. As a result of this work, the project has developed the Climate Information for Grains tool, which Janet spoke about just now, and will be presenting later on during this expo. This tool allows farmers and other grain value chain actors to better plan their activities in the short term by knowing what the weather conditions will be. In the future, we hope this promotes better use of short and long-term weather and climate information so that the grain trade can thrive and contribute to food security in the region. To conclude, I'd like to thank the funders of CDK, who are the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Netherlands and the International Development Research Centre in Canada. We really appreciate their support in helping to make climate knowledge more useful and usable for those who need it. Thanks. Back to you, Janet.
okay, thank you very much, Guy. And as usual, we appreciate the support from CDKN, and we appreciate that we can be able to take further the project that we are doing together. Thank you very much, Guy, and all our colleagues from CDKN. So now we'd like to listen to our other partner who is also supporting in storage facilities all the way from Turkey. Sebnam, if you're in, we would like to hear from you from Turkey, and then we can play the video and the presentation from Petkus. Welcome, Sebnam and colleagues from Turkey.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
you
can. Okay, thank you. Shortly, I want to make brief introduction about us, who we are. Petkus Eurasia is well-established company. We are the sister company of Petkus Technology GmbH, which founded in 1852. We are responsible for Turkey, Middle East, Central Asia, East and West Africa. Our company was launched in 2011 with an aim to provide top quality through conveyors products to all over the world. Petkus Technology GmbH was the first manufacturer of mechanical seed sorting equipment. Petkus today has grown to be one of the market leading suppliers of a comprehensive range of seed and grain handling and processing technologies, as well as feed plants. The company's core competence now lies in the technological reliability. Petkus Technology GmbH is a global company with offices in 14 different countries, offering turnkey solutions for grain cleaning, sorting, and grain handling, drying, conveying, and storage systems. You may find a detailed presentation in the videos and the PowerPoint slides. Thank you. I want to say another thing, most important thing for me, Janet, please accept my thankfulness for you. You share Atatürk's photo on my profile picture. Thank you very much for it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sebnam, for that video. I'd like to invite you back. I don't know if you want to take us through the PowerPoint presentation, which we can run through more about PETCUS. Sebnam, would you like, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm online. I can hear you. PowerPoint?
Yeah, will you take us through the PowerPoint presentation?
But I don't have the statements, I mean the general idea of them. If possible, if maybe tomorrow if you need, or...
Yes. Okay, Sebnam, we can do that tomorrow.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you, thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much for your support. Pass our regards to the team in Turkey and in Germany who continue to support us. We look forward to having you in Kenya when you come after this pandemic.
Yes, we thank you. It's a great opportunity for us. Thank you very much, both for Turkey and Germany.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We are aware as we move forward of the importance of food quality and safety with our food value chain in East Africa. And we are also battling with the control of aflatoxin contamination in staple foods. This has been a big challenge for us in the sector. So over the past year, we have seen media documentaries about aflatoxin in our food, and we've also seen strong response from regulators to weed out substandard foods from the market, from our supermarkets as well, that compromise food safety. But what can we do as farmers? What can we do as processors? What can we do as traders? That is the question that we keep asking ourselves to be able to curb the problem of unsafe food before it gets out of hand. So helping us to answer this question is our 8th exhibitor, who will be taking us through some of the solutions that we can work with. I would like to invite Eunice Mboye of F&S Scientific. Ms. Mboye will introduce herself and the organizations as they take us through a tour of what F&S Scientific can do to support us to curb the menace of aflatoxin. Welcome very much, Eunice. Over to you.
So FNS have requested that they make their verbal contribution tomorrow. So for now, they just want us to share a short video of what they do. Thank you.
We get that a lot as well. We are all consumers, and I believe as consumers we require food. It's our right to have food that is safe and of high quality. My name is Rachel Wangoi, the product manager for food quality and safety, and this is my colleague Eunice Mboye and Joshua Osuka. We form part of the food quality and safety department at F&S Scientific. Now at F&S Scientific, we provide food safety and quality testing solutions across East Africa to ensure that the food that is in the market is not only safe for human but also for animal consumption. F&S is a company that provides laboratory testing equipment across East Africa. We've been in operation for the last 30 years and we serve several sectors and industries across East Africa, as I said. Now, our mission is to make Africa cleaner, safer and healthier, and we are divided into 4 divisions. The analytical division, whereby food quality and safety comes in, the life science division, clinical division, and general lab equipment. This brief demonstration will cover the analysis of aflatoxin in grains using the Reveal Q+ and the integrated Raptor analysis platform.
For aflatoxin testing, you require the following: ethanol analytical grade, distilled water, a grinder, your sample, a weighing scale capable of weighing 100 grams plus or minus 0.01, a graduated measuring cylinder, sample cups, filter syringes, an adjustable micropipette capable of measuring 100 to 1000 microliters, pipette tips, the testing kits, which includes enough supplies to test for 25 samples. The kit includes the test strips, clear sample cups, red dilution cups, and a bottle of sample diluent. And then we have the Raptor integrated system. We actually have two machines. One is able to run 3 samples at a time. The other one is Raptor Solo that is capable of analyzing 1 sample at a time. And the Raptor cartridges. You are required to get a representative sample. For this demonstration, a minimum of 100 grams is required. Put it in your grinder and grind until it has the consistency of instant coffee, or 95% of the ground sample passes through a 20 mesh sieve. The next procedure is you're supposed to just weigh 10 grams of your sample. Make sure that your weighing balance is calibrated according to your laboratory standards. After weighing 10 grams of your sample, extract using 1:5 ratio, meaning 1 part of your sample and 5 parts of 65% ethanol. Measure accurately 50 ml of your prepared 65% ethanol. Next, you're going to shake this for 3 minutes. You can manually shake this or use a laboratory shaker. The shaking is supposed to extract the aflatoxin in your sample. And shake at least 3 minutes. Then after 3 minutes, you're going to allow this sample to settle for at least 1 minute and proceed with the filtration. You can filter your sample using either the filter syringe or Wattman #1 or any qualitative #1 filter paper. Make sure you filter your sample at least 3 ml for optimal sample accuracy. You then proceed to the sample analysis. Remove equal number of sample clear cups and red dilution cups, and using your adjustable micropipette, pipette exactly 100 microliters of your sample, and make sure that your pipette tip does not have any air bubbles. You're going then to measure 500 microliters of your sample diluent. Adjust your micropipette to the desired volume, which is 500 microliters, and make sure you use each tip for every sample or analysis. And then mix this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to make sure that it's thoroughly mixed. Now we are going to the step of data acquisition, whereby place your test strip into the test cartridge. Like that, and place your test cartridge with your test strip into the Raptor cartridge. You can place the test cartridge at any of the ports. The Raptor system is going to read the barcode of your test strip, and if you're required, it will prompt you to scan the QR code. So the QR code contains the lot information and the calibration curve. The reader will prompt you to enter your sample ID. You can either manually enter this, or in case you barcode your sample, just place your sample in front of the machine that has the barcode. The Raptor system will prompt you to add sample and select next. So you're going to measure exactly 400 microliters of your sample and pipette it directly into the test cartridge. Press next. The machine will detect the fluid front, and within 6 minutes you have your results. It's the same procedure with the Raptor Solo system, only that now it analyzes one sample at a time. After the 6 minutes incubation and testing time, the Raptor system is going to give you fully quantitative results. For this instance, the result is 2.7 parts per billion, and you're able to print out your result and get a hard copy of the results. And the procedure should take you 10 to 15 minutes. It's quite rapid. Test with Neogen, test with confidence and accuracy.
FNS Scientific specializes in a number of renowned world-class brands, and or as you see on my table, we have some of them here, not everything, and I'll start from this side. We have a moisture meter from Dicky John for moisture analysis for your grains, and we have water activity from Novacina for water activity test. Then we also have a potentiometric titrator for your micronutrients in your grains, in your wheat. And then we have a water purification system from Elga, just in case you want quality water for your lab testing, quality test. And then in front we have data loggers for transport, for your storage, if you want to take records of temperature and humidity of at which your samples or your grains are stored, can help in transport and also in storages. For more information on this, you can visit our website at www.fnscientific.com or write to us to info@fnscientific.com.
For taking us through some of the technology that we can do to get solutions on aflatoxin. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that first session on the Virtual Agribusiness Expo. Thank you to our colleagues from EAGC who took us through the first presentations on the structured trade solutions. Thank you to our exhibitors who have taken us through some of the technology that can support us on climate smart agriculture. Thank you to our sponsors once again for the continued support that you've given us. But before we go on forward, I would like to invite our Executive Director, Mr. Gerard Basila, who will take us through some of the solutions in agricultural trade and also close for us the session of the first session of today. So welcome very much, Mr. Gerard Masila. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the EAGC team, for taking this very successful first EAGC Virtual Agribusiness Expo. We've had an exciting day since morning. We started off with some debrief about the EAGC services from various colleagues from EAGC. We therefore were able to give the context of this expo that we hosted today virtual. Ordinarily, we do these expos out there in the fields with farmers coming, with exhibitors setting their booths, with people walking through and through, touching the various products and interacting with them, engaging. It's always quite an event that is full of a lot of energy. But under the circumstances, we then took this chance to use technology to continue delivering the same services, but this time through a virtual process. So our members of EAGC, who include farmers, grain farmers, traders, processors, who form the active category of EAGC members, and then also we have the associate members who are service providers, solution providers, who provide finance, provide technology. We want to thank you very much, particularly the associate members, because all the exhibitors today that have taken us through very, very interesting solutions and technologies to the grain sector are most of them associate members. But we still had our active members quite engaged, logged in, and I know through this event that we have hosted today, we've been able to pass a lot of knowledge, a lot of information about the various solutions that we have. And this indeed goes to play to the core of the existence of EAGC, because EAGC, as a membership organization, we exist to facilitate efficient, structured, inclusive, and profitable grain trade. So we are a trade facilitating agency and membership organization, and indeed the bottom line that determines whether we are delivering as an organization is if trade is happening. So if farmers are able to buy inputs, buy seeds, get technologies, and we're able to quantify that, then we can show that we are delivering on our mandate. If millers are able to get grain supplied into their premises for them to be able to mill and to process into other final finished products, then our role as EAGC is being fulfilled. Indeed, we provide the voice for members through our policy advocacy, because policy is extremely important. We want a policy environment that is predictable, a policy environment that enables us to do our business, so that is enabling, and that's why we continue to engage with governments in all aspects, so that the various policies that are being set out that affect the grain sector be policies that are supportive, not policies that are disruptive and come in an unpredictable manner and make it difficult for investments to continue in the sector. We provide market information, as was covered earlier by my colleague Jacinta, through our RATIN service, Regional Agriculture Trade Intelligence Network, and we are glad for all those partners who continue supporting us to continue delivering this service. We are building capacity for our members, for our farmers, for our traders through the Institute, and beyond training, we do consultancy, we're doing research, we're supporting members to do product formulation and many other processes. And we want to take this opportunity to thank the members, thank the partners that we work with and who have continued to use our institute very, very much. For all this, we ensure that we have trade happening, and that's why we are doing trade facilitation. And towards conclusion, I would like to just cover very quickly our trade facilitation process and service at EAGC. So the screen that is in front of you that we have shared shows the integrated trade facilitation service of EAGC. It's one of a kind, the only one I dare say in the world, where we are able to give a complete solution to our members, to our stakeholders. We have developed the grain trade business hubs, the G hubs, and these G hubs are facilities that are owned by the farmers. And these facilities, we have the farmers registered in the G hubs through an app that we have, so that we have this digital database of our farmers in all these G hubs, and from that we're able to know who are the farmers, where they are, how much acreage they are farming, what they are producing in grains and cereals, and even get to know from there what inputs they require. And through using the G hub as a solution, the G hub app, the farmers are able to consolidate their requirement for seeds, for fertilizers, for equipment, and we've successfully been able to consolidate orders for seeds, orders for fertilizer in truckloads, and are facilitated to get it delivered directly to the farmers. When we get these farmers again in the G hubs, it gives us an opportunity to capacity build them through our technical advisory services, where we can advise on the value chain, the crop they should be able to think to do. We are able to work gross margins with them so that they can understand what are the cost inputs that are going into the production, and they can look at the revenue that they are getting and subtract to get a gross margin to see what returns are they getting on the investments that they are making in their grain enterprises. And so we are able through the G hubs to give input solutions in partnership with a whole range of G hub service providers that have signed up the G hub partnership agreements that we call GPAs with us, and we have a whole range of them, and I want to take this opportunity to thank them, thank those partners of us who are giving us seed to the farmers, fertilizer to the farmers, doing mechanization and all that using the G hub GSOCO trade facilitation process. Now, interestingly, when you sort the inputs, you start sorting the outputs, because from good inputs, good quality seeds, good quality inputs applied at the right time in the crop calendar, we're able to get good crop harvested. And so when we get good crop harvested through G hub GSOCO, we're able to get that crop aggregated, and then when it's aggregated, we channel it to a certified warehouse from where it can then be traded. So how does it get traded? We have the EAGC trade platform. We call it GSOCO, Grain Trading Platform. And in GSOCO, we have listed buyers there who have been vetted, who have been checked, who have got their trading margins, trade margins, and other securities with us, so that we are able to know that if this buyer bids to buy or gets to a B2B to negotiate a trade contract, we know that they are vetted, there are buyers who will not default on their requirement as a buyer. So in GSOCO, we have a big pool of buyers and other service providers that we are able to arrange together, including financing. So we are able to provide financing solutions through a collateral management process in GSOCO, and we also have a clearing and settlement process where the buyers listed in GSOCO, when they're interested to buy grain that is in a warehouse that has been checked in quality, checked and tested for aflatoxin and confirmed to be clean, good grain, then when they make that offer, they sign the trade contract, they deposit the money in the clearing and settlement account with EAGC, and once those funds are there, GSOCO informs the seller to release the products to the buyer, and once the buyer confirms they have received, then GSOCO pays the seller immediately without much wait. Usually it can even be an hour, a few hours of transactions, and within 12 hours of transaction, 24 hours max, it's already completed, product delivered in the right quality, right quantity, well certified and paid for, so that we take away the issues of counterparty defaults, so that you don't have a position or a situation where a farmer group delivers grains to a buyer and the buyer fails to deliver, or a buyer pays for grain and delivery fails, so you have those counterparty defaults, and this is what the EAGC trade facilitation does. And we take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to invite you to reach out to us so that we are able to provide you these solutions, these services. And as we close day 1, I would like to give you a preview of day 2. In day 2, which is tomorrow, we will start as planned, 10:30 East Africa time. And as we open the day tomorrow, we will do a recap. Practically, what I've just explained now, theoretically, you will see it practically. Tomorrow, you will see farmers registering in the hub. You will see farmers getting to aggregate their produce. You will see farmers receiving grain that inputs that they have been able to buy together as a group, and you will see all those engagements tomorrow. We will also again take you through the